Good afternoon, students. Welcome to today's class. Dear students, today I am here with you to discuss the next poem of 8th standard English. So, before going to start the poem, let me talk something about the values, the human values. So you all knows that human being is the greatest creature of this earth, of the God. Because human being, man is having the ability of thinking, ability of speaking, ability of feeling, and he has the ability of judge what is right and what is wrong. So it is the duty of every human being to help others. That's why in Sanskrit is there Paropakaram idam shariram. So it is the duty of every human being to help others, those who are needy, those who are in difficult. And in day-to-day life, we are becoming the victims of so many incidents, so many accidents. Nowadays, what the people are doing? When their accident took place, somebody is injured, somebody is asking help. Instead of shifting him to the hospital, what we are doing? We are taking the videos of that accident and sending to the WhatsApp groups and other social medias. So is it the humanity? No. It is our duty to help who are in difficulty, who are in problem. Thus, here the poet Mary D'O'Brien is telling us about the helping nature of human beings. In this poem, the poem name is Somebody's Mother. Somebody's Mother. Somebody's Mother. Somebody's Mother. Written by Mary D'O'Brien. So in this poem, the poet is telling us about the boy, the small boy who helped a aged woman, a grandmother, to cross he helped that old woman to cross the road. So when he was doing that, when he was helping hand to that old lady, that he thought that if in the future somebody will help his mother when she was needing help, when she was in problem, when she was in difficulty. So this is the way we have to think in our life. If we help others, somebody will help us in the future. So that's the what Mary D'O'Brien is going to tell us in this poem. So here, this before going to start the poem, let's see about the poet. Mary Dow Browne, a poet, author, and a lyricist. So, he is a poet and also a author and also a lyricist. Was a New York. So, she was from New York. Many of her poems and children books are published by international publishers. So, she has written so many books and poems, children's books, especially she has written about for the children's books, and they were published from international publishers. She has provided lyrics for the famous piano piece Arts and Flowers. So the famous piano piece is there, that is Arts and Flowers, and she has this Mary Dow Browne, she has provided lyrics to that piano piece. This narrative poem extols the kindness shown by the boy towards a poor woman. So, in this poem, the poetess Mary Dow Browne is telling us about the kindness that a boy shown towards a poor woman. ಮೇರಿ ಡಾವ್ ಬ್ರೌನೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥವರು ಈ ಕವಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗ ವಯಸ್ಸಾದಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಬಡ ಮಹಿಳೆಗೆ ಅವನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಅನುಕಂಪವನ್ನು ಕರುಣೆಯನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಿದ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. If you happen to come across such a types of people as shown in the picture, how do you think you can help them? Share your views with your partner and classmates. So there are some pictures have been shown in the textbook. If you come across to these type of situation, how you will respond to these type of situations, that you have to share with your classmates. Okay. Let's move on to the poem. First, page number 92. Dear students, I will read the poem first. You observe my reading and pronunciation. Okay, let's start. Okay. The woman was old and rigid and grey and bent with the chill of the winter's day. The street was wet with a recent snow and the woman's feet were aged and slow. She stood at the crossing and waited long, alone and cared for amid the throng of human beings who passed her by, nor heeded the glance of her anxious eye. Down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of school let out, came the boys like a flock of sheep, healing the snow, filed white and deep. Past the woman so old and grey, or stunned the children on their way, nor offered a helping hand to her, so meek, so timid, afraid to stir. Lest the carriage wheels or the horse's feet should crowd her down in the slippery street, at last came one of the merry troop, the gayest lady of all the group. He paused beside her and whispered low, I will help you across if you wish to go. Her aged hand on its strong hang-on she placed, and so without hurt or harm he guided the trembling feet along, proud that his own were firm and strong. Then back again to his friends he went, his anger happy and well content. She is somebody's mother, boys, you know, for all she is aged and poor and slow, and I hope some fellow will lend a hand to help my mother, you understand, if ever she is poor and grey, when her old dear boy is far away. And somebody's mother bowed low her head in her hope that night, and the prayer she said was, God, be kind to the noble boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. So here the poet is telling us how that small boy helped that poor old woman. That I will explain from the first stanza. The woman was old and wretched and grey. Observe the word wretched is there. R-A-G-G-E-D. R-A-G-G-E-D. Wretched means clothes badly torn. Clothes badly torn. So here the woman was old and wretched and grey. So the woman who was standing beside that road, the poet is telling us about her physical appearance. That woman was old, she was aged and wretched and grey, and the clothes which she wear that were already badly torn. It shows that she was a poor woman. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ರಸ್ತೆಯ ಬದಿ ನಿಂತಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಮಹಿಳೆ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಅವಳಿಗೆ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿದೆ, ಅವಳ ಬಟ್ಟೆಗಳು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಳು ತುಂಬಾ ಬಡವಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. And bent with a chill of the winter's day, and her back was bent. So she was so much old and she can't cross that road without any help. And that was a chill of the winter's day. Chill means C-H-I-L-L. C-H-I-L-L. Chill means unpleasantly cold. Unpleasantly cold. Unpleasantly cold. It means to say lot of cold was there. So much of cold that she can't bear. That much of cold was there. And bent with chill of the winter's day. So that was the season of winter. So so much of cold was there that she can't bear. So that's why she became bent. She crouched her body like this. ಸೊ ಚಿಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಚಳಿ ಇದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಆ ಒಂದು ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮಹಿಳೆ ತನ್ನ ದೇಹವನ್ನು ಮುದುರಿಕೊಂಡು ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. The street was wet with a recent snow. So there was a snow in that day. So the road was completely wet because of that recent snow. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಇಬ್ಬನಿಯ ಹನಿಗಳಿಂದಾಗಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಎಲ್ಲ ರೋಡ್ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ರಸ್ತೆ ತೇವವಾಗಿದೆ, ತಂಪಾಗಿದೆ. And the woman's feet were aged and slow. So there was no strength in her feet because she was very much old. So there was no strength, aged and slow, and she can't walk fast because there is no strength in her feet. So she can't walk fast. It means to say that the woman was very much old. And she was becoming, she can't walk without any help, without anybody's help. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿದೆ, ಅವಳ ಕಾಲುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅವಳು ತುಂಬ ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. She stood at the crossing and waited long. So she was standing. The stood is the first form of stand. Stand, first form stood. So she stood at the crossing and waited long. So she wanted to cross the road, but she can't cross the road herself. She needs a helping hand she needs. So for that she was waiting, but that somebody will help her to cross the road. So from a long time she was waiting there only. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವಳು ಆ ಒಂದು ರೋಡನ್ನು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅವಳು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ತುಂಬ ಹೊತ್ತಿಂದ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಯಾರೂ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. Alone, uncared for amid the throng. So nobody will care her. Nobody will notice her. Nobody will understand her feeling. Nobody will lend a helping hand to her. So, from a long time, she was waiting there for the helping hand, uncared and timid, amid and thrown. Thrown means T-H-R-O-A-G. T-H-R-O-A-G. Throng means crowd. So there are so many people who are walking on the road, but nobody will notice her, nobody will lend a helping hand to her. ಆ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಆದರೆ ಯಾರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಹಸ್ತವನ್ನು ಚಾಚಲಿಲ್ಲ. Of human beings who passed by her. So they are human beings. I already told you it is the duty of every human being to help others who need help. But even though they are human beings, they are walking on that road, they didn't notice her, they didn't care her, they didn't help her. ಇರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಹಲವಾರು ಅವರು ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋರು, ಆದರೆ ಯಾರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. Nor heeded the glance of her anxious eye. So she was ತುಂಬ ಕಾತರದಿಂದ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಆದರೆ ಅವಳ ಕಡೆ ಯಾರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗಮನವನ್ನು ಹರಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ. Heeded, H-E-E-D. Heeded means paid attention. Paid attention. So nobody will pay attention towards that old lady. ಯಾರು ಕೂಡ ಅವಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಗಮನ ಹರಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ. Down the street with laughter and shout, glad in the freedom of the school let out. So at the same time, nearby there was a school, and there was that day school was closed. So the students happily coming out from that the school. Down the street, the laughter and shout. Laughter and shout means with very happily they were glad in the freedom of school let out. So the students were very happy that school has been closed. That today's school has been closed. So they are coming very happily. Came the boys like a flock of sheep. So how they came? The boys, how they came from the school? They come like a flock of sheep. ಕುರಿಗಳ ಹಿಂಡಿನಂತೆ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದರು. Hailing the snow piled white and deep. Hailing means, I will rub this. Hailing, H-A-I-L-I-N-G. Hailing means welcoming. Hailing means welcoming. So they were the students were welcoming the snow, pale white and deep. So the boys are very happily coming from the schools, and they were hailing the snow. Past the woman so cold and grey. The boys also passing in front of the old woman who was old and grey, hastened the children on their way. Hastened means H-A-S-T-E-N-D. H-A-S-T-E-N. Hastened means move with speed. Move with speed. Move with speed. They were very fast. They were moving. They also didn't notice that they are moving very fastly on their way, nor offered a helping hand to her. So even the boys, those who are coming out from the school, they also didn't offer any helping hand to this old lady. So meek, so timid, afraid to stare. So meek means mild. Meek, M-E-E-K. Meek. Meek means mild. So they were very mild and they were very going on their way. Lest the carriage wheels or the horse feet should crowd her down in the slippery street. So the old woman is fearing that if she tried to cross that road alone, she might lest the carriage wheels or the horse feet should crowd her down in the slippery street. So maybe the horse or the vehicles will hit her. So that she was afraid to cross that road. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ವೆಹಿಕಲ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಬಿದ್ದು ಬಿಡ್ತೀನೋ, ಕುದುರೆಗಳ ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಂತೀನೋ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಭಯದಿಂದಾಗಿ ಅವಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದಳು. At last come one of the merry troop, the gayest lady of all the group. Here, gayest lady, G-A-Y-E-S-T, G-A-Y-E-S-T, gayest lady, L-A-D-D, means happiest boy. Happiest boy. So at last come one of the merry troop. So in that boys troop, one boy came at last. ಒಬ್ಬ ಹುಡುಗ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಗುಂಪಿನಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ದ ಗೈಯೆಸ್ಟ್ ಲೇಡಿ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಆ ಗುಂಪಿನಲ್ಲೇ ಅವನು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಖುಷಿ ಇದ್ದಂಥ ಹುಡುಗ. He paused beside her and whispered low. He came and stand beside her and whispered to her. ಅವನು ಬಂದು ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತು ಆ ಅಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಮೆಲುಧ್ವನಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, I will help you across if you wish to go. I will help you to cross the road. So the small boy is telling that old woman, ನೀನು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀಯಾ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ಆ ಕಡೆ ದಾಟ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ನಿನಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Her aged hand on his strong young arm she placed. So that old lady, she placed her old hand, aged hand to his strong young arm. ಆ ಹುಡುಗನ ಕೈಯ ಮೇಲೆ ತನ್ನ ಕೈಯನ್ನು ಇಡುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಅಜ್ಜಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಸೊ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್, ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ನೋವು ಆಗದೆ, he guided the trembling feet along. ಆ ಅಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. He guided the trembling feet along. So see, trembling feet, so the aged feet, ಆ ಒಂದು ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಡುಗ್ತಾ ಇರತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಆ ಪಾದಗಳಿಗೆ ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಅವಳನ್ನ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. Proud that his own were firm and strong. He was very much proud about his work. Then back again to his friends he went. And after helping that old lady to cross the road, he came back to the troop where he went. His young heart happy and well content. So after helping her, he felt very much happy. When he came back to that troop, ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಅಜ್ಜಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದ ನಂತರ ಅವನ ಹೃದಯ, ಅವನ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಸಂತೋಷಭರಿತವಾಗಿತ್ತು. She is somebody's mother, boys, you know. So now the boy is telling to his friends that she is somebody's mother, boys. ಅವಳು ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಗನ ತಾಯಿ. For all she is aged and poor and slow. ಈಗ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, she was aged, she was poor and slow. ಅವಳಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ವಯಸ್ಸಾಗಿದೆ, ಬಡವಿ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ, ತುಂಬ ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ. And I hope some fellow will lend a hand to help my mother, you understand. So if in the future my mother was in trouble in future, somebody will help her. If I help to others, somebody will help my mother. If ever she is poor and grey, when her own dear boy is far away, when I was not there, when I will be not there, somebody will help my mother when she was aged and poor. ನನ್ನ ತಾಯಿಗೆ ವಯಸ್ಸಾದಾಗ ಅವಳಿಗೆ ಸಹಾಯ ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಬೇರೆಯವರು ನನಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. And somebody's mother bowed low her head in her home that night, and the prayer she said was, God, be kind to the noble boy who is somebody's son and pride and joy. Somebody's mother bowed her low her head in her home at night. So at that night, the woman who got help from that boy, she bowed her head in front of the God and prayed for that boy. ಅವತ್ತು ರಾತ್ರಿ ಆ ಅಜ್ಜಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೇವರ ಮುಂದೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ತಲೆ ತಗ್ಗಿಸಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಳೆ. and cry says, God, be kind to the noble boy. God, be kind to that noble boy she is calling. ಆ ಹುಡುಗನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಕರುಣೆ ಇರಲಿ. who is somebody's son, pride and joy. ಅವನು ಒಬ್ಬ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಗ, ಅವನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನೀನು ಕರುಣೆ ತೋರು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ದೇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾಳೆ. So that is what Mary Raine is telling about the value of helping nature, that cooperation. Everybody should have this nature in the behavior. Okay, I hope you all understand this point well. And for homework, I am giving you some questions. Homework. What kind of a woman do you find in this poem? What kind of a woman do you find in this poem? So the second question, homework. Why was the woman very anxious? Why was the woman very anxious? Very anxious. So these are the two questions for your homework. I hope you have all enjoyed the poem well. Okay, you read the poem in the house and try to write the answer to these questions. Okay, let's meet you in the next class. Bye. Thank you.